What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka Viper Magic, and today I have some news for you regarding the PlayStation 4 system software version 2.0. The fine folks over at the PlayStation blog, link in the description, have announced some of the cool features that are going to be working their way to the software version 2.0, codenamed Massimune. So, without further ado, let's dive right in and see what we're going to be getting our hands on. The first thing, to me, is the best thing, and that is the USB music player. Finally, you will be able to listen to your own music in any PlayStation 4 game as long as you use a USB stick to do so. The USB stick has to have music on it with one of the four following extensions: MP3, MP4, M4A, and 3GP. If you got those criteria, you're going to be able to listen to your own music over the game's music. That would be really cool if Xbox 360 didn't do it 7 years ago and integrate it into the hard drive. I kid. Well, not really. I am happy, actually, that the functionality is coming because it is long overdue. And no one can deny the ultimate badassery that ensues when you're playing your favorite racing or shooting game and you're listening to one of your favorite rock songs. For me, it's Metalingus, but everybody's got their own. And I'll tell you, the PlayStation 4 form factor is pretty damn sexy. So I don't know how people are going to feel about having a USB stick hanging on of it all the time and blinking, if you're like me and have the USB sticks that blink when data is being transferred. But beggars can't be choosers. I'm finally going to be able to get to listen to my music on the games that I like, so it's a win for me. Maybe not a win for aesthetics. Speaking of aesthetics, the next functionality involves changing colors. You can finally add a theme, or you can change the home screen to blue, gold, red, green, purple, gray, or pink. So there are going to be some new themes coming. I've seen some snapshots of such on the PlayStation blog. They look pretty cool. I would love to see PlayStation 3 themes make their way over, although I don't know how that would work because obviously the icons are different. All I really want is Shadow of the Colossus theme. If they can do that, I'd be very happy. I don't mind the bells and whistles as long as it does not take away gameplay performance. So as long as that criteria is met, and I don't think it would be with the quote-unquote wallpaper changing, I say do it. Another interesting feature, a social feature, players you may know. PlayStation 4 will now suggest players you may know in the What's New section, recommending games that you play, friends that you play with, and their friends that you frequently play with. So this is pretty interesting. So it's basically a friend of a friend. I think that's actually a really neat feature. Although I am pretty selective about who I do choose to play with and who I allow on my friend list. And I say allow like I'm some god. I'm not really. It's just I get a lot of friend requests, and I like them if they're cool and they're cool people. But if they're not into the games that I'm into or they're never online, I'm pretty quick to cut. So the fact that I could see what my buddy's up to, hey, if he's cool enough for my friend, he's probably cool enough for me. That's how I know most of my friends anyway. So that's cool. I'll check it out. That'll be coming soon as well. Enhancements to live broadcasting. Now this one's pretty interesting. They're going to be adding a Live from PlayStation channel. What is that? Well, it's a channel with basically news, reviews, and all the cool stuff you probably would see on YouTube, but now you're going to see built into the application, or the software on the actual PlayStation 4, which I think is actually kind of nice. It's kind of a way to just kind of browse around and see what's going on. I suspect they will see a sales spike because you will see a video of the game you want and hey, there you are, go buy it. We'll see. This does, in my opinion, tie into the PlayStation eSports, which is going to be ramped up soon. I'll be doing a blog about that in the near future, but basically PlayStation's going to start their own eSports league internal to PlayStation games, and I suspect you may see tournaments on there or other news. So, okay. That's neat. It's a broadcasting channel. It's not something I need. I pretty much scratched that itch via YouTube, but we'll see. It may be something worth checking out. They're also revamping your content area and your library. So now your library can be sorted by game, application, TV, or video, in addition to name, recently used, or installation date. which is long overdue. I can't do that on my PlayStation 3. We kind of forgot about that, and my apps were hodgepodge, and all my games were just in the order that I installed them, and it was very hard to navigate content, and that's been one of my biggest gripes with PlayStation 4, is that I get all these wonderful games courtesy of the PlayStation Plus service, and they're scattered all over the place. So, putting them in a nice, neat box with a bow where I can sort, I'll take it. Enhanced voice commands. The ability to use PlayStation 4 voice has been improved. You now use PlayStation with the following commands. Start broadcast, end broadcast, find face, or all commands to see a list of all commands are available. I didn't get a Kinect, so why are you trying to make my PlayStation into an Xbox? I can't say I don't like this feature. I don't not like this feature. I think what worries me about this, honestly, is I see the system hit that Xbox took in terms of what I call bells and whistles, which took away from the core gaming experience, and now PlayStation's doing it too. But hey, if all the game companies are going to be like Ubisoft and shaft the players and make it 900p, I guess we have extra processing power now, don't we, kids? Dun-dun-dun. They have an add to library feature, which is, I was just talking about PlayStation Plus. This is actually kind of nice. You can hit the add the library, which basically bookmarks the game and basically tags the game of the PlayStation Plus without you forcing you to download it and uninstall it. So in other words, you'll get credit, quote unquote, for having a PlayStation Plus account at a certain time a game came out, and you can go back and download it later. Now the PlayStation does come with a 500 gig hard drive, and I have yet to even come close to filling that up, and I do a lot of videos, and I download everything, and I have a lot of saved stuff on there. However, it's nice to have that functionality, and I don't see a problem with it. A lot of that stuff's stored on the cloud anyway, or, you know, the access to it is pretty easy to get to, so I say that's great. Lastly, they have backup data. Now, the PlayStation 4 and 3, actually, anything with PlayStation Plus, even the Vita, it automatically backups your stuff to the cloud. But if that's not good enough for you, you can use the USB stick, maybe the same one you listen to music with, and you can back up your data, including your settings, your save data, screenshots, video clips, download data, and more. So if you don't like or trust the man, you can keep a copy in your back pocket. I suspect this would allow for some really wicked duping on games like Diablo, where you could just go hog wild. Although you could before anyway. Maybe this is another way to do it. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm so excited I'm hiccuping over here. I will say that the list, of course, is incomplete. They said there may be more features coming. The biggest one that we all are waiting for is YouTube support. Cannot wait for that. Will you be actually able to upload YouTube stuff? Now all we need is a Twitch app, if you are listening. So what do you guys think? Is this cool? For me, as an oversight, as a high level, as a gamer, I think this is actually nice. It's cool that they give us some neat stuff to play with. I will say, though, that it's a little overdue, obviously. And I'm a little bummed out that these services took so long. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. My dog's snoring. It's really loud. I will say that it took a long time. If I recall, Mark Cerny got in front of the world back in February of 2013, and they were talking about adding these things back then, and we're now just getting around to it. It seems kind of like it took a long time. I mean, I guess good things come to those who wait, but I don't really feel like this is some crazy enhancement. This is stuff we were promised, and they just finally figured it out. I am happy that music is going to be coming out on the app, or the program, where you can, in your games, or you can have your own music in the background. I like that feature. I don't like the fact that it's through USB, though. But everything else seems like constructive changes, and hey, as long as they can increase the core game experience without interfering with my frame rates and resolutions and that sort of thing, I don't mind. Adding a channel, whatever. It kind of reeks a little bit of what Xbox did, which is kind of funny because PlayStation said, hey, we're not going to do that. We're gamers first, and now they're starting to add some of these features. Bells and whistles, again, don't bother me too much as long as it's not an all-in thing. But, I mean, I was kind of facetious when I said it, but I was also somewhat factual. that if Ubisoft has its way, it's really not going to matter. So I guess if you have that extra processing power, go ahead and use it. Let the fanboy wars commence. Do you like this? Do you think it sucks? Let me know. Comment, rate, subscribe, or do none of the above. That's okay too. Thanks for watching, and until then, I will see you guys on the other side.